Welcome to the Trail Manners Podcast, the place where the trail community comes alive. I'm your host, Eric Manning, coming to you from the beautiful trails of Ogden, Utah, and connecting you to the trail, ultra, and mountain running community everywhere. Since 2015, we've been chasing dirt, vert, and stories that inspire, from epic adventures to everyday trail legends. So now, it's that time to top off your water, grab some cheese curds, and join us for this week's podcast where we take you deep into the heart of our sport. It's go time. All right, welcome back to another edition of the Trail Manners Podcast. This is episode 343. Launch date is November 11th, 2025, 11/11/25. Hope you had a chance to listen to our previous episode. We had Mr. Preston Wood on talking about his Hard Rock 2025 experience. Such a great show, such a good friend of the show. And as you heard, we'll have him back on here in a couple weeks, right fresh after the Hard Rock Lottery. I'm going to put him on the spot to talk a little bit about the lottery results as well as what the thoughts are for 2026. And you're not going to want to miss our next episode. If you're a listener to the Trail Manners Podcast, you know every single year we do the Christmas gift guides. And we're going to start with the ladies this year. I've got 3 guests coming in on the next podcast. We're going to talk about women's gear. What do you need? What do you want? Reviews, pricing, all that stuff. And then the following week, we'll have a couple fellas come in and we'll do the men's Christmas gift guide. So the next few episodes, we're going to be talking gear and what you need to buy for your running friends. So, all right, without a further ado, 343, we've got a new guest to the show. Never been on before, so this will be pretty exciting. We've got local here in the Ogden area runner, first time on the podcast, Dustin Booker. Dustin, how's it going, man?
Doing good, thanks. How you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. This is cool.
And Dustin brought in some beverages for us today. So this is the first time I'm trying this. So Sierra Nevada, which we all know is a quality location. They got a non-alcoholic Trail Pass IPA, and this is not one I've ever tried. It does say it's balanced and hoppy, and I just cracked it. Haven't taken a sip yet, so this is new. So I'm going to take a sip here. That's tasty, folks. That's super tasty.
You wouldn't know.
So Dustin told me if it's in a glass, you wouldn't know, and I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna get some more of this, and I'm gonna put them side by side with another one that I like. Mix them around and see what I tell. But that's a good one. So, non-alcoholic IPA for people that don't need that stuff. Trail Pass from Sierra Nevada. Dustin, thanks for bringing that in, man.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I'll get healthier. Who knows? All right. So why don't you just start and tell us just a little bit about you, and then we'll go ahead and get into the running side. But tell us a little about yourself.
I've lived in Utah most of my life. Got my my wife and 3 kiddos, and I don't know, man. I moved around a little bit right after high school, and it was never my plan to live in Ogden as a through most of my life, man, but I love it up here. I'm a big fan of what we got.
Nice. So are you from Utah originally?
Yeah, I grew up in Farmington.
Okay.
And then moved around I went to San Diego, Denver, Jackson Hole.
Wow.
And yeah, ended up back in Ogden. That was never the plan, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, man. The Ogden that we grew up with when we were kids is different than the Ogden that we have now.
Totally different.
But I love how many people still hold on to that stereotype.
Yeah.
To those stigmas, you know, and they're like, "Oh, you live in Ogden." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's horrible. You'd hate it. Stay away."
We're thugs. Just don't come near me. No, it's true. I grew up locally here in the area, and it was a place you didn't really want to go to when I was growing up, and even before that, it was definitely a place you wanted to stay away from. So, I think we've said this on the show before, but it was a place that even gangsters didn't want to come to.
Right.
So that's the kind of the MO of Ogden. So don't come unless you want to run and visit.
Yeah.
So running. I just recently have met you, year-ish, maybe saw you on the trail. How'd you get into running? What's your running story?
I've ran most of my life. It's mainly been road. Anytime that I've been training for a road race, I'm always wanting to get back up into the mountains. And so, like being, way back when I've got a martial arts background, and so we would always have to run before belt tests.
Gotcha.
Like for example, for one of the advanced tests, we'd have to go run 4 miles and then come back and do like X amount of push-ups and sit-ups and stuff. And so you're like, I was always running as a kid, but it was always to prepare for something, and so it always just seemed like punishment.
Yep.
I always hated it back then, but then so yeah, like I ran my first road marathon. I think it was 15 years ago. My little sister had just dealt with her second bout of thyroid cancer.
Oh, geez.
And she wanted to do something crazy, just kind of celebrate the fact that she had pulled through again. And she was like, I'm going to run the Portland Marathon. And I was like, awesome, I'll do it with you. And so we went and did it with like zero training. I think our finish time was like 6.5 hours. It was so ugly. We were just limping and crying across the finish line. So yeah, it was one of those things like when it comes to, marathons and stuff like that, I think it's always synonymous with hangovers and having kids, because while it's happening, you say things like, dear God, if you get me out of this, I'll never do this again. And then enough time goes by, and it's like, that was fun, right? We had we should do that again. And anyway, but anyway, it was probably a couple years ago that I really started breaking away from a lot of the road running and getting back up into the trails. I always wanted to be back up in the mountains. I always missed it if I was in a training block for a road marathon or whatever. I couldn't wait for that to get done just so I could get back up in the trails. And I was like, why am I doing that? Why don't I just go up there like all the time and quit worrying about this? And so anyway, yeah.
So martial arts and punishment, because that's how I grew up. I was never a runner. I was a soccer player. And I played all the sports, but soccer was my jam. But it was like anytime you're in trouble, late for practice, go run.
Yep.
Miss that, go run. And I'm like, man, running sucks.
Yep.
So I never ran. I think I ran in junior high, like I did the 800 a couple times. And that seemed like it was pretty far and tiring and not really worth it. No one cheered for me. So, but yeah, I love that story. So now you're in the mountains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Obviously, I've seen you a few times in the mountains. Obviously, there's that Strava machine that shows stuff, what people do. So what you ran some road stuff. You had a hugely successful first marathon in Portland that you loved. What do you like about trail running? Like what draws you to trail running? You mentioned the mountains, but what is it about trail running specifically that really captures why you want to be there?
I used to really stay religious to, like, if I was getting ready for a race, I would have the schedule printed up on the fridge, and I would stick to that, be super disciplined with it. And I love getting away from that. I love just being up, I don't know if I'm, going 2 miles or 10 miles or whatever, you just kind of go, and it's such a meditation. I always felt like you bring a problem with you when you start a trail run, right? And this could be anything. This could be, road running or whatever, but trail running, this is more like where I find it. You bring a problem with you and you start going, and the problem's kind of running in the background as you're going, and you're thinking it over, and the problem kind of resolves itself, or you make peace with it, or you're, whatever it is. And then you kind of snap out of it and realize, like, I'm in a beautiful spot right now, and just feel more ready to attack whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah.
And then it just grows and grows, and the miles get higher, and
Next thing you know, it's dark and you got to get home and you're still running around.
Yeah.
Because you like to do, it seems like anyway, again, you like to do like maybe weekly, fairly long runs or so often, right? So what is your, you talk about the schedule, and I totally agree. I think sometimes when you break away from a training plan, and everybody's different, but you just kind of feel that freedom, a little bit. You don't have to think, you don't have to calculate, you don't have to grudgingly go on a run that you're not going to like that workout if there's anything, because I've been doing that lately. So what's your weekly running routine like?
Oh, with work and with family, I don't do a whole lot during the week.
Okay.
I might go on a shorter run or two later at night. Sunday is my day.
Okay.
Try to get out the door by 4:30 or whatever, and just go. And so instead of doing a lot of shorter runs during the week, I just cram it all. I just do it all on Sunday.
So everybody's like, I'm got my 50-mile week. Yeah, me too. I'm going once on Sunday. Everybody's spreading it out over 5 days.
Yeah.
So you're kind of a 1 day a week person, unless you can potentially get something else in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If I might go, hit a smaller one during the week, but it's primarily Sundays.
Nice.
At this point.
And they're pretty big runs, right? I mean,
Yeah.
when you talk that, you're 20 plus miles, right?
Yeah,
Pretty consistently.
A little over a year ago, I think I was getting, so this must have been like a year and a half ago. I was getting ready for Skyline. I was running Skyline the first time.
Okay, is that in 55K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, same thing. I was kind of sticking to a schedule, and a lot of that was the back-to-backs.
Yeah.
And had never really done that before. And I had some stuff go down with a family friend that really kind of affected my family and myself. And I went up Saturday and ended up running it was like 27 miles, and then went back up on Sunday and did the same thing.
Okay.
And I was floored that I was capable of doing that.
Sure.
I didn't know that was possible.
That's awesome.
And then was able to go to work on Monday. I was like, how am I walking right now?
How am I functioning?
How is this even a thing? And so that kind of started this Sunday thing.
Gotcha.
So I aim for at least 26 miles every Sunday.
Right on.
So yeah, it's nuts, but I love it.
Do you find yourself looking for, new routes to go? Is there routes you stick to, or is it just kind of you wake up and run and see what happens? Or how do you plan your Saturday or Sunday runs?
I used to drive to a lot of locations. I love doing loops.
Okay.
I love going up to like Wheeler.
Okay.
So, the whole Wheeler loop it's like exactly 5 miles from truck to truck, and so I could treat the truck as an aid station.
Sure.
I wouldn't have to completely pack out, so I could just do a lap, come back, grab whatever I needed, go do another lap, and just keep going. And but any kind of drive time was taking away from
Run time.
Yep. I got to get back. I gotta. That's that's family time on the weekend. And so that it's kind of morphed into where can I go out of my front door?
Okay.
And so, for example, 2 routes that I do, I'll go up through South Ogden, down the toll road there, down to the river, and then run all the way to Riverdale over to 40th. And then run up 40th up Harrison over to 44th, and then up to the Buse Trailhead.
Gotcha.
And that's 10 miles for that one. And then I'll either go up Buse Canyon all the way up to Mount Ogden, or over to Malin's, and then come back around or another one that I'll do is from my front door down into South Weber, up 89, and into Layton, up to the Adams Canyon waterfall is exactly 13.1 miles, and that's just lazy riding. Like if I go to the waterfall back to my front door, it equates out to like 26.5 miles.
Wow.
And it's awesome because there's two Mavericks along the way, and I mean, it's truly adventure's first stop because man, they got the good bathrooms there, dude. And I don't know if anybody's tried this. I know, Coca-Cola is a huge staple. It's a huge treat for us in like the ultra and the trail scene. But the Coke Slurpees,
Oh yeah.
those work in a soft flask. And I don't know if anybody's tried that before, but it's awesome in the middle of the summer.
It probably doesn't slosh around
it's
Coke
awesome.
either.
It's so good.
Okay, I like that. So we're learning new things right now,
Right.
For our what do you call that, nutrition and stuff. So, and that's one thing I noticed one time, I think, and I'm not a big Strava. I don't really look at Strava much, but I remember I saw you one day. I was driving my truck coming back from a run, and I saw you like crossing Harrison, and you had your poles and you had your big pack, and you're a trail runner, you're on the road in one of the busier roads, and I remember going, what the heck is this guy doing? Like, I'm curious because he's got all the gear. And so that day I specifically, I'm like, I got to find him on Strava. So I checked it out, and it was like a lot of road. You got on some trail, and in my head, I'm like, I could not do that. Like, I do not like running on the road, period. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows it. It's not my jam. But like seeing a lot of your runs, that's what they are. Now it makes sense, like kind of that drive time thing. Like, yeah. I wish I was that disciplined, driven, or maybe it's just I wish I wasn't so lazy sometimes. If I can drive to the trailhead sometimes, and I know this is bad, everybody out there, so I apologize. My carbon footprint's not the best, but I live close to my house, so I don't drive a lot that way. But yeah, a couple miles to a trailhead, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do that. And it's not to the trailhead, it's when I get done with the trail, knowing I have like 2 miles left on the road to go home. That's what gets me. Because my wife used to do and does the same thing. She'll run on the road. She'll run 3 miles to a trail. We'll go running. I'm going to run home. I'm like, God, whatever. I'm going to get a car. Yeah, for the truck thing. So, or the road thing. So you were a road runner, mixed. You came over to trail. But you still go back to road because you did a couple marathons this year. Road marathons.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's gotten to the point where this has really become. This has become therapy.
Yeah.
When I did those 2 big back-to-backs, and it wasn't really like a conscious decision. It wasn't like, hey, I'm just going to start running like crazy miles every week or whatever. It was just like I was amazed that I could do that.
Yeah.
And then, so I quit drinking. I had some health stuff pop up, and I quit drinking like 5 years ago. Okay. And so this was right during the when the pandemic started.
Sure. Yeah, that's right.
And I got furloughed from work, so they're still paying me, but I don't have to work. And I have quit drinking just barely, and I've got all this free time. I'm like, oh no, like what am I gonna do? And so I started going fishing every day.
Okay.
Like a lot.
Okay.
A ridiculous amount. And so and then shortly after that started running a little bit more. And that's when it dawned on me that like I've just got a really addictive personality. Okay. Like we've got a saying at home that if we're going to Chicago, we don't get off in Des Moines.
Okay.
Like we don't half-ass anything. Like
Sure.
we full-ass everything. And so if I don't have a healthy hobby to grab onto, I'm gonna do some dumb shit.
Okay.
Like a lot, And so I was like, so once I realized I could do this stuff without my body breaking down, and it was relatively healthy.
Sure.
And then it where I was doing this, kind of every week, it was just like, let's, I don't know. I guess it was kind of an addiction in itself. And so when opportunities would pop up, like whether it was for like a road marathon or trail, like I I like doing organized races. That's pretty much where I get to see everybody.
Sure.
Other than that, because like there's not a whole lot of people out running on Sundays.
Yeah.
And so any interaction that I have with people is usually either online or on race day.
Sure.
And so I got a couple opportunities to go run a couple local road marathons, which was super fun. And then, you know, same thing with trail races. But yeah, so just it's kind of like whatever pops up, road or trail. I'm like, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I ran 26 miles Sunday.
Yeah,
I've been ramping up for it. Well, I know one thing that's been pretty fun, and you know, I've definitely seen you a few times on the trail, and I know people that have seen you on the trail. You seem always happy, right? Like even out for a big long run. I mean, nobody's can honestly say they're always happy running. And, you know, I've had days where I'm just miserable and it's been hot and I'm tired and everything else. But every time I've run across you, it's always like, hey, man, what's up? Like all excited. And then I got to match it. And I'm like, hey, man, you know, and then you will run away and I'm like, God dang, man. You know, no, it's not like, but you seem like you're always happy when I've seen you out on the trail. Is that because you love what you're doing? Is it like a life thing? Is this how you are daily as a person?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think
You're a grumpy ass.
Oh man, I think my colleagues and my family, I think they just be shaking their heads right now, just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, any frustrations during the week, I kind of stuff that away because I know Sunday's coming.
Gotcha.
Because things are like just life in general right now. It's tough.
It's hard.
It's tough for everybody.
Sure.
It's so unsure and it's so frustrating and it's so like there's just this weird like vibration. You know what I mean? It's like static that's just under the surface where, you know, it's just like an unreachable itch that, you know, I know everybody's feeling it. And you know, where I'd you know, love to freak out during the week over whatever, I got a family depending on me. I got a job. I got jobs that I need to keep. I've got, you know, all this like I got to keep it together, but I know Sunday's coming. Yeah. And so that's when it all comes out. There's some days where I call my Sunday run, I'm just going up to the mountain to scream at God for a bit and, you know, just get it all out. And so the times that I have seen you where
you've already screamed and got it out.
Yeah, I'm
reset.
Yeah. Like there's this last weekend is a perfect example, man. I was our 3-year-old, our daughter's got some really gnarly health issues, and as I'm running, I put together kind of a motivational playlist for her.
Right on.
It's all you know, female based, you know, super positive songs and stuff like that. I'm just putting this playlist together and so I'm listening to it as I'm putting it together, and I send it to my wife and I'm like, hey, I just made this, you know, have our girl listen to it, whatever, and I'm just crying on the trail. and it's not even 10 minutes later and you know, I'm running into people that I know or whatever, and I'm like, man, I'm glad that wasn't 10 minutes ago.
Timing.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, so I get really excited to be up there. I'm really thankful that we have that. I'm thankful that I have this. I'm thankful for my family and my work that I have this.
Yeah.
You know, because I can go leave it all up there and go turn around and go deal with everything that needs to be dealt with again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's always just like bubbling right under the surface.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not alone in this. I know this is a lot of people feel this way right now. And so if this was, I used to handle this in a much different way
Sure.
than I do now. And so like, is this a crazy healthy thing to, you know, go put my body through this and every week? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
You know, but to be in my mid 40s and to be able to still do this right now, Like, I'm thankful for this, and I'm gonna, we'll do it till the wheels fall off. We'll do it till I gotta find something else to do.
Oh, I hear you. That's why I kind of feel, being mid-50s, I'm very thankful that I can still get up there and slow trot around. Not like I could 15, 10, 5 years ago maybe, but just being up there. And you kind of mentioned it a little bit, and we've talked about like we're very fortunate. Two things. One is we have such easy access to the trails. I mean, it's close by. They're kind of endless miles when you kind of start, piecing things together if you want. But also the community that's here. It seems like you can't throw a rock without, seeing or talking to somebody that you've seen on the trail.
Yeah.
Right. And it's always pretty, for the most part, it's always pretty supportive. People, it is that, I don't know, you can call it whatever you want. I know there's a lot of words for it, but it's kind of that, you're in Ogden, right? And we have a very solid running community here. And there's a lot across, and I love talking to different guests, whether they're in, Boulder, Colorado, or, the Northwest, or they have these communities, Flagstaff, that are just running communities. And it just clicks, right? It just, you have like-minded people all going through the same stuff to some degree. And it kind of is their, not their maybe therapies or whatever they want to call it, but it's their time, right?
Yeah.
And it's always fun to run across somebody and know that you kind of been doing the same thing.
Oh, for sure. I get so jacked because I have met so many people like via podcasts, like people that I've listened to on your show, and then I'll run across them and be like, dude, I know, like, I always worry that it's going to come across as creepy, like, oh, dude, like, I know who you are. And it's cool because, like I'm kind of new to the scene, I guess. But I see these other people, and they're just like rock stars to me, so we've got Michael Weiss, like Ryan Head, and like, you, your wife, and you've got just all these awesome people, Jeremy, and I run into these people, and I'm just like, oh, this, it's so cool, and man, like, I feel like I have imposter syndrome bad up on the trails, like which is funny because like I know what I do every week when it comes to this stuff, but I see other people and I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, I have so many questions for you, dude. Like I have no idea what I'm doing, man. I'm just like faking my way through this. And everybody's so cool. Everybody's just so down to earth and so amazing. And yeah, the community is, I think that's one of the biggest things that I really like on trails versus road stuff. Like,
Sure.
How it is. You line up for a road marathon, and I feel like everybody's kind of sizing each other up. Like, I got to stay ahead of that guy. Like, I know I can beat that dude. Like, whatever. And then, you end up on the trails or whatever. It's like, it's just so much more accepting and inviting, and I love it. It's so much more welcoming.
I think a lot of people feel that way, and I've never, my claim to fame is I've never run a road marathon.
Oh, good for
and
you.
I'm still trying to stay on that. My wife's tried to talk me into a couple here and there, but I'm staying true to that's going to be my headstone. Never run a road marathon.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of guests on, and a lot of it too is, a lot of people have very similar stories where they used to run on the road and then now they come to the trail. And, whatever the reasoning is, but it is kind of that, it's more laid back. The community's this. And I think sometimes it's, when we talk to people, it's about the splits, the times, all that stuff, right? Because I've had people come up to me and say, hey, I want to run on the trail and, my pace is this. I said, it's not going to be today, right? Like you're probably a solid, but if you're running that on the road, don't expect to do it on the trail, right? Like it's just different, right? And you could for sure, but it's just a different thing. And so I have a funny thing. I think it was a friend of yours. This is probably about a year ago. Not even that. I think it was in the spring. It was in the spring. I'm running with Joel, and we're up on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, and we're running, and there's someone coming at us, and this guy says, hey, are you that podcast guy? And we stopped, and I was like, maybe. Like, I have no clue.
Who's asking?
Right? And Joel's in front of me, and this guy's talking, and then he starts walking towards us. We were going different directions that we crossed, and he said, "Are you the podcast guy?" Starts walking towards us, and I almost pushed Joel and took off running. I'm like, we're about to get beat up, dude. And it was somebody you knew, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been listening to your podcast." I think you got them into running or something.
Second, yeah.
Was it? They're like, "Yeah, Dustin got me into running and had me listen to you guys." And we talked for a minute. It was super cool. And then as we started running away, me and Joel, like, man, we literally thought this guy was gonna be like, what did we do? So it is kind of funny when you see people on the trail, and it's like, "Hey, are you that?" And I'm like, maybe.
That's so funny because that just happened with Joel. I just met Joel like a month or two ago.
Okay.
In the exact same fashion. We had crossed paths a couple times, and I'm like, I think that was Hatch. Like I've never met him before, and so finally, this is like.
It was the same day I saw you on the other side of 12th Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you saw him, and I messaged Joel. He goes, "Yeah, I met him this morning."
Yeah. Passed each other. Hey, are you Joel? And he's like, same kind of thing. He's like, it depends. Like, and ended up having a great conversation with him, and it's funny because we've both been dealing with hernias.
Oh, that's right.
So it was nice having somebody to be able to talk to about it.
Yeah, he's been dealing with his as of right now. It's kind of managed, and then you've got one apparently. So how's that working out with the running?
So I've had a handful of health issues pop up over the last 5 years, and every time I've had a CT scan, it's noted in there, right? And but what I've been seen for is something so much more drastic. They're like, we're not even going to worry about this right now. We're just going to focus. We're not going to worry about the hernia. We're going to focus on this right now. And so I went in this was like 2 or 3 years ago to go get it addressed, to go get the hernia addressed, and a couple of CT scans, a couple of ultrasounds, and I'm scheduled for surgery. And last minute, the surgeon goes, "It's not a hernia, and I'm not going to do surgery on you because it's this thing that your body's created naturally, and it looks like a hernia. It feels like a hernia, but it's not a hernia. And if I remove this or whatever, it's just going to come back twice as big because your body thinks it's supposed to be there."
Wow.
And I was like, "What do you expect? What am I supposed to do with that?"
Yeah, right.
And so it's just been this like, well, live with it type thing. And so I have had to learn to just kind of guard this thing or not engage it with, whether it's with running or with fighting or with changing the diaper of a 1-year-old at the time or whatever. Like, that was her favorite place to kick, man. I'd be changing a diaper, and she'd throw a front kick out and just nail me on that, just drop me. And so this was just like a live with this for the rest of your life thing.
Sure.
And then, oh my gosh, this is so weird. The way these circles come together. So I didn't realize this at the time, but I went in to go get something unrelated looked at, and I needed a new general practitioner.
Gotcha.
And so looked up somebody, and I'm just okay, this guy looks like he'll do, and so went in and went and got seen, and we're sitting there talking, and I go, "I think I know you, but I don't know how." He's like, "How?" And I was like, and so we finally realized, I'm like, "I follow you on Instagram." And it's Justin Haslam.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay. And so we get to talking about it. And so in going back and realizing that it was from this show. He was a guest on your show. He had just run the bear, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! It's so inspirational. I'm going to follow this dude." And then I end up being one of his patients, right? And so I have to get yet another CT scan for something else, and it comes up again that here's this underlying thing or whatever. And so I was like, I tell him the same story. I'm like, dude said it was not a hernia. And he's like, I'm going to send you to a specialist. And so I go see somebody else, and I'm in his office for 10 minutes. Like, oh yeah, it's a hernia, a big one. I was like, okay. And so he's like, let's get you taken care of. Let's get you scheduled for surgery. I'm like, great. So this went from something to like just deal with your whole life with no comfort, no relief or anything like that, to all this. I'm scheduled for surgery in like 2.5 weeks. It's the Monday right before Thanksgiving.
Oh wow.
And so like I'm not gonna have this anymore, and I'm so jacked about it, dude.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so excited. And so I'm trying to crank out the miles right now, man, because I'm gonna be out for the rest of the year. No more.
So how do you think you'll manage that? Because you talk about how your Sunday runs and how you can, get away from things and keep it out and go yell. I mean, what's your process, and what are you thinking then? Because that's real, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't, because this is my favorite time of year to run.
Yeah.
I love this. There's something about running in the wintertime it's like a challenge. It's like a bet with nature. Sure. Like, I know you're trying to kill me. Like, if you mess up when you're going those distances and that, when you're that far away, if something happens, if you're not prepared, we're relatively close to, civilization, no matter where you are on the trails up here, but
things can happen.
Absolutely. Real quick. Yep. And so I love that. And I'm bummed that I'm going to miss out on a couple months of that. And so I don't know, like, just real man. And it couldn't to have it happen right now. So I teach MMA to a group of young kids, and I've had this thing where I tell them there's this ancient Japanese scroll that the first classes after Halloween, you're supposed to bring your teacher all of your Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
And I'm not kidding, dude. I probably have 200 at home right now. Okay. And so between that and then Thanksgiving coming up, and then Christmas, and then New Year's, this couldn't have happened at like a worse time, because I can't exercise at all. I can't do anything.
Sure.
And so you talk about like the holiday 15. I think that's going to turn into like a holiday 50 potentially. And like I was talking about before, man, like having that outlet of healthy hobbies. Like, I don't know, man, maybe I'll just start like reading a lot more or something, but I'm going to have to
do some knitting,
I'm going to have
crochet.
to do, my 15-year-old they are an amazing crochet artist. The stuff they come up with.
There you go. Sounds like a good family bonding, and you can make some scarves, hand them out on the trail to people as they're cold.
That's something they did a couple years ago. They made hats for everybody in our family, for hats and scarves for everybody in our family for Christmas, and everything that was left over, they were like, can we figure out a way to get these to the homeless? I'm like, how am I your dad? Yeah, right. Like, you were way too cool. Like so
that's when you know you did something right, whether you thought you did or didn't.
Oh, this kid ends up on the high honor roll constantly.
Damn them.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like,
do
you remember that part on Forrest Gump where like he meets his kid for the first time, and he's asking Jenny, he's like, is he smart, or is he like, and he kind of points at himself. Like, I think that like a couple times a week. I'm like,
kids, man, they'll keep you honest about everything, right? So running, you did what's your trail race? Because I don't know this. I mean, because this is what's fun. Like, we've had some 100-mile shows just recently, and now we're kind of shifting gears again. What's your race trail running like? What have you done in that? Have you done a lot of trail races? Have you just like run for fun, or like you mentioned, when I'm in, I can do it? Like, what does that look like?
It's mostly for fun and for therapy.
Gotcha.
Like that. It's mostly, but I've done a handful of the 50Ks out on Antelope. I did Skyline. I kind of unofficially did the Buffalo 50 miler this last March.
That's right.
And that's that was its own monster. I was So I mentioned my 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a handful of really crazy health issues, and I had been training for the 50 miler out there. I can't do a 100 miler yet because I can't be away overnight.
Sure.
Because some stuff potentially happens in the middle of the night that if that's the case, I need to be there for, and I need to be accessible.
Yeah.
So family and I decided, like, okay, 50 miles that's doable. I can do that. And so I was packing my drop bags, and we had to rush down. Some stuff went down, and we had to rush down to the ER down at Primaries.
Okay.
Because the 3-year-old had blood clots. Well, she was 2 at the time.
Okay.
And the 2-year-old had blood clots, and so. We ended up down at Primaries and got her dialed in. We have an amazing team down there, and then once we got home, I kind of looked at the family. I was just like, and they're like, "Yeah, we know. Go do your thing." And so I went out to Antelope and ran the 50, and then came home.
So you were trained for it. You couldn't run the actual race.
Yeah.
So you just went and did it anyway.
Yeah,
nice.
Nice. Went and packed out because I was kind of prepared for doing the mileage that I do on Sundays. If I'm doing something where like a gas station or a water source isn't accessible, I'll fill up 2 soft flasks up front, and then I'll do a 70-ounce back bladder.
Okay.
And I don't like drinking off of a back bladder because I need to be able to kind of monitor what I'm doing, and so I'll use it more like a keg. So once a soft flag's done, like I don't have my back bladder hose coming up front. I'll keep it kind of tucked over to the side, and so when a front flask is gone, I'll
fill it up.
I don't know if this is common. I don't know if anybody else does this or whatever, but so I'll just kind of unscrew it, throw a tailwind in, and then go off of the side right there, and so to do that one, I had 4 soft flasks and the 70-ounce back bladder.
Okay.
And went and did the first 28 miles.
Okay.
And then I tried to do it as close to
the course
as possible. I had to adjust it a little bit, but it was really close.
Yeah.
And so went and did that first 28, came back, reloaded everything at the truck, and then went and did the last 18.
Nice.
And family was out there when I got back to the truck. It was really
awesome.
cool. They were my little cheering crew and aid station, and
that's awesome.
It was cool. But yeah, so that's the farthest I've gone, and man, I got that bug. I want to go further, but it's not time. I will do it eventually.
Sure.
But it's not time for that right now, and I'm fine with that because I get to do this every Sunday.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of it's not a consolation prize, but that's my it's enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm content with that.
That's awesome.
Rather than going and running 100, I'll just split it out into 4 weekends.
Sure. Yeah. So speaking of that, because you kind of mentioned it, like there will be a time. Do you already have some things like kind of on your fridge? Some things that you've been thinking about doing big, like you say the 100-mile or say the 50 is the longest I've gone for now. Like, do you have, whether it's a race, whether it's an adventure run, do you have some things that you would like to potentially do when the time is ready?
Just because it's local, I would love to do either the Bear or Wasatch. I would love to. If the timing was right, if the family was dialed and I had the opportunity this second, I would pack up and go do it.
Yeah.
Like let's go run 100 miles. Let's go.
Nice.
And so I would really like to do one of those. I'd love to do the 100 out on the island.
Uh-huh.
I know Jim just retired and transferred those over, but I would still. So that was my first like actual trail race that I did, was the 25K out there. I think that was your first too, wasn't it?
My first ever. The first year he did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that would be really cool because that was my first 25K, my first 50K, my first 50 miler. So I think it'd be cool just to get the whole Thanos gauntlet and get the 100.
Well, as of right now, the bad news is they're not doing the 100.
Okay.
But hopefully they'll bring it back.
Nice.
I know next year the people that took the race over that bought it from Jim have decided not to do the 100-mile distance. But I do hope they bring it back.
Okay.
Just for many reasons, like one that you just mentioned, and it's such a great 100 locally, something that people can get to. And I've never said this because it doesn't make sense, but like, it's an easier 100. I'm like, no, 100s are hard regardless. One, you're running a lot, one, you're hiking a lot, but they're all hard. But it's could be for a lot of people, and people have said this, it's good first 100. Maybe that's the thing.
I like it.
But yeah, Wasatch, that was my first 100. Obviously, Bear, we're pretty fortunate with those two heavy hitters and historical races here locally.
Yeah,
so.
those are, man, I have so much respect. I talk to these people that have done that, and I'm just like, you're a monster, dude. You're an absolute psychopath, and I'm there for it, dude. Like, tell me everything, man. Like, how bad did it get? I want to hear all of it. And but yeah, so I would love to do an adventure race. I'd love to, whatever. And my family and I'll decide that when it's time for that. I'd love to take the family. I'd love to get to the point where the family could be my crew. I think. Doing a looped 100 would be perfect where my family could be my crew.
Yeah.
They could either, be in town at a hotel and just show up when the time's right or like whatever. Like I'd love to take them with me to have that experience.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes when the time's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, there's a lot to choose from, and you can kind of, when the time's right, you'll have no lack of options. It's just whatever speaks to you, and I think that's probably what'll happen. Just talking to you and hearing your story and hearing things, it's like something's going to speak to you, and you're going to be like, that's kind of my go-to and my jam.
That's the one.
Yeah, because I can see that with your family going there, and there's a lot of races out there that are potentially like that. Mm-hmm. Like even in Idaho, I'm Tough. I mean, it's in McCall, Idaho, and right in the town of McCall, the furthest aid station's like a 15 to 20 minute drive. So it's like you can see them. Because when I crewed my wife, it was like drove, saw her, came back, took a nap, hung out, ate, whatever, drove to the next one, came back, took a nap. Mm-hmm. And not all 100s are like that. Some you're like out there for hours and hours and missing them at different aid stations. But yeah, there's a lot of options like that. Or Orcas Island, 25-mile loop. That's a fun family vacation.
Dude, that loop, man. I love the loops.
And that's opposite of me. I'm not a huge loop guy. I'm like, oh my God, give me a point-to-point or a out and back or something, but like a looped course, I should say, not a loop. But when Sarah said that, I'm going to do this one. I'm like, all right, man, like 4 loops, same thing. But now I'm like, okay, 2027, let's do it. So
I love it. I think it's so cool you guys do that together.
It's fun. I mean, we're pretty lucky. We both enjoy it, and she's much stronger runner than I am, so I just try and keep up. But she's always up for something. So now I just got to get in better shape so I can keep up with her. All right, so we're gonna bring something back that we haven't done in a little while.
Okay.
It's a lightning round.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shoot the lightning round at you. So I've got some questions, and again, these are not thinking questions. We've had some people on. I think you mentioned Justin, if I remember right. He had some thinking to go, and Justin, if you're listening, you remember that. But so first thing that comes to mind, we'll rattle through some of these, and then we'll get back. So, best advice you have received as a runner?
Oh, lube and protein. Recovery, nutrition. Don't just worry about preparing like beforehand, but take care of yourself after, like nutrition-wise.
That's great advice. When you're 80 years old, what's going to matter the most?
Family, hands down.
Nice. All right. So Christmas gift guide, you heard that's coming up.
Oh yeah, dude. I love your Christmas episodes.
So what do you want or need in your quiver?
Oh, socks. I go through socks so quick, and I'm a big. I know you're not a big fan of the Injinjis, man, but
you're a toe guy.
Between those, and I love the features, man. So, honey, if you're listening,
socks
size. I'm a large in both, and I like the cushion, and
that's awesome.
Socks and the merino wool first layers.
Nice. I like it. What would your 12-year-old self say to you today?
We made it.
I like that one. That's a good one. What should be on everybody's playlist?
Oh man, that's a rabbit hole right there. The Scottish bagpipe version of the Last of the Mohicans theme song. Trust me.
Ooh, I'm gonna look that one up. I got to
so
take some notes.
I've got a playlist on Spotify called On Your Left.
Okay.
And it's the very first song.
Okay.
It's the Scottish dragoon bagpipe something, but it's the theme song from Last of the Mohicans.
Oh, I love it.
And just go throw that on when you're out in the woods, and you'll thank me later.
So you said On Your Left. Is that the playlist when you're getting after it?
Yeah, that's my go-to playlist.
So I have a playlist called Help. And it's when I'm out on a run and I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I got some songs on there that like remind me that I better pick it up and quit being a little la-la.
Yeah,
so it's called Help.
audio caffeine.
Yep. So I'm just like, Siri, play Help.
I love it. Okay.
What's your guilty pleasure song?
Oh man. Like a Prayer by Madonna or Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, dude,
we went from Scottish bagpipes.
Oh,
to
I'm a punk rocker metalhead by trade, and then one of these comes on, and it's the same thing, man. Like it just puts you in a stupid good mood, and you're like, this is so ridiculous, but I can't stop smiling, dude. It's awesome. And yeah, there's if you go check out that playlist, there's a handful on there, man, because you'll go from like Dropkick Murphys, and all of a sudden like something else will pop up, and you're like, all right, he was in a weird headspace that day, but right on.
Favorite trail running shoe?
During the winter, I have really fallen in love with the Hoka Challenger GTXs just because I do a lot of road to trail type stuff in the summer. So this year I have discovered Topo.
Okay.
And so same thing, doing a lot of road to trail stuff. The Ultra Venture 4 has just been awesome.
Nice.
Like it's like it's like the shape of an Ultra. I had a baby with the cushioning of a Hoka.
Yeah. I've got a pair.
Oh my gosh, I love them so much, and I've gone through 3 pairs this year.
Nice.
And but yeah, just that same thing, going road to trail. They have done me so well. I love them.
Nice. Favorite piece of trail running gear?
Oh man, it's got to be the Advanced Skin. Like, I love that vest so much. Yeah. I love it. I've tried a couple different ones, but I keep coming back to that one because I'm built like a toadstool, and it works for me, man. Like right. the shape, like everything that I'm able to stuff into that thing to be gone for 6, 7, 8 hours.
You got the 5, 8, 12. Which one you got?
I got the 12.
12.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Post long run meal.
Oh man. Okay, so carne asada burritos with cheese and sour cream and no pico de gallo, or sushi or a smothered burrito from Cafe Rio. I will just absolutely murder any of those.
Crush it all.
But I think the greatest thing ever immediately after is chocolate milk.
Yeah,
it's just
hits the spot.
Yep.
All right, last one for you here on the lightning round, which I've got some great stuff that I got to check into. But your last one, what have you learned from running?
That I'm batting 1,000, not just in running, but in life. I have made it through every long run. I've made it through every problem I've encountered in life, and that's why I do Sunday every Sunday, is that no matter what's going on in life, whether it's with family or work or life in general or whatever, I can handle it. I can go do these crazy runs and come back, and that just proves to me that there's nothing that I can't handle.
Nice. I like that. What a great way to end that one. All right. Well, thanks for joining us and being on the show. It's been fun to get to know you better. I love some of your stories for sure, but the lightning round was informative and educational, which I always enjoy for myself. So thanks for listening to the podcast. Again, don't forget, check out social media. We're kind of playing in that world. So we got Ask Trail Manners segments, questions of the week out there for you. And don't forget to check our show notes. We got discounts from some of my favorite brands. I get $0, nothing from them, just love them. Death March Running Company, Squirrel Nut Butter, as lube was mentioned, and Path Project. Some great brands, some great apparel, some great gear. So head down to the notes and check those out. And please, if you get a chance on iTunes, wherever you listen, leave a review or a rating. Those are fun to see. They help the show, and I just appreciate it. So thank you on that. So Dustin, thanks again for being on the podcast. We appreciate it. Episode 343, and thanks again for the Sierra Nevada Trail Pass IPA.
Thanks for having me out, man. This is cool.
All right, this is Eric Manning with the Trail Manners Podcast, episode 343, and we are out. Thanks for listening to the Trail Manners Podcast. If you love trails as much as we do, make sure to follow Trail Manners on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, or swing by trailmanners.com for more stories, gear, donations, and ways to support the show. Got an idea, a favorite story, or someone we should talk to? Hit the contact page or email me at trailmanners@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, share it with your crew, subscribe wherever you listen, and drop a quick rating or review. Every little bit helps to keep this show running. Until next time, I'm Eric Manning reminding you, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Now go get it.